All right, guys, we are in the INBF Canada Athlete Series and now Trainer Series. We're kind of all combining this into one. And we have Rachel Spirig from Body Unique Fitness, and we have Angela Colbert on the show. So, guys, how are you doing today, girls?
Really good.
I'm great. How are you, Matt?
I'm doing great. And where are you guys from? So, I know, Rachel, you're from up north, way up north there in Alberta.
Yeah, Fort McMurray.
And Angela, where are you calling from?
I am calling from Grand Prairie, Alberta.
So you're both way up north there in Alberta.
We are.
Still 9 hours apart.
Yes.
Crazy. So now, Rachel, you've been working with Angela here for how long?
Oh my gosh, was it January, Angela?
I think it was March, actually.
March? Okay, that was Naomi. Yeah, so since March.
Wow, so you guys worked together since, let's see here, it's August right now, so that's like, what, 7 months?
7 months, yeah.
Yes, yeah. Time flies, oh my goodness.
My goodness.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Totally. So tell us, Rachel, a bit about yourself, what you do. Then we'll go and talk to Angela for a couple of minutes as well. So give us a background of, obviously, you've been competing for quite a few years now. You're WNBF Figure Pro. You'll obviously be competing here probably fairly soon here in the near future. And also what you do in your business and how you work with Angela and what you guys have done the last 6 months.
Sure, absolutely. So I have a personal training studio in my home in Fort McMurray where I do, of course, personal training, boot camps, spin classes, and then just recently took the plunge to expand to the online nutrition and venture into training competition clients like Angela. So totally new, totally excited. The whole purpose of doing that is using my experience as a competitor to get everyone else. Everyone can step on stage. Anyone can step on stage. It's supposed to be fun and exciting, and that's what I want to show everybody. And working with Angela the last 5-6 months has been amazing. She's like my golden poster girl. She's the perfect client. So I'm super stoked for May.
That is awesome. So now you guys worked since January, and now you're going in to compete in Edmonton, correct, Angela?
Yes, I am. October 22nd.
Wonderful. So tell us a bit about yourself. It's your first competition going into Edmonton, correct?
Yeah, it is, yes.
So tell us about what you do, where you're from. Obviously, you're from Grand Prairie, and kind of your journey so far in this whole evolution.
About 6 months ago, I was very unhappy with my weight, and I always looked up to the girls that were on stage. I thought they were the most beautiful girls, and I decided to change my life and start losing weight, and I thought, why not make my goal as big as I can make it? So I found Rachel, and she's been the best decision that I've ever made. And in 2 months, I'm going to be walking on the stage, and I tear up thinking about it because it's surreal. And it has been the most amazing journey, the most exciting journey, and it has changed my life in ways that I can't even describe. And I'm inspiring other women out there, and that's why I'm here. Any dream isn't too big, and you can do anything you dream, and it is a dream come true to be able to walk on the stage with those girls. So it's been quite the journey.
I love it. Which class are you doing?
The bikini category.
Fabulous. So first show, doing bikini, working with Rachel. This is terrific. So what's one big lesson you've learned, working with Rachel, that kind of the experience has taken you through?
A lesson I've learned is I've always really loved my food. And that's definitely been the hardest part. But eating healthy doesn't mean that it has to be gross or doesn't have to taste good. I have found many meals that have tasted delicious, and that I'm just making the best of it. And really, anybody can do this, and it's not as hard as some people may think it is. And it's a lifetime experience, and it's really good.
I love it. So, Rachel, in working with Angela, obviously coming to the stage for the first time, what have you really found and learned, in this whole experience with Angela that, you would recommend to other first-time athletes that you learned with Angela that you'd recommend on the show and really promoting to them or supporting them with a kind of a strategy or a tip?
Wow, that's a good one. You know what? If you believe you can do it, then you can, and don't be scared of it. It's got to be, it's got to come from your heart and your mind, of course. So if you're ready to take the plunge, don't be scared. You just got to do it. Walk through that door and get started.
I love it.
Just dive right in.
Exactly.
I love it. So now, obviously, Angela, this is your first competition. You're doing it on 100% drug-free. Why do you choose to do it, your lifestyle, living it this way, and doing it without taking any performance-enhancing drugs of any kind?
Because I want to do it the natural way, to show people out there that you don't need the enhancers and you don't need the steroids to look a certain way, that you can do it the natural way. And in the end, I'd rather be known as a natural athlete than as somebody who might take drugs, or this way it just proves to the world that I did this by myself with no help of any kind of anything. So it's really good.
Do you mind sharing something a little bit personal, if you don't mind? Are you comfortable in doing that?
Yeah.
So what I want to ask is, okay, in this journey, obviously the last 6 months, there have probably been ups and downs in your process of working, obviously with Rachel and as any athlete would go through in their journey. So what is something you've had to really, almost like a challenge that you had to overcome, maybe a roadblock that you worked through that you really busted through? When you did that, it really empowered you to keep going and taught you like a life lesson.
Honestly, the hardest part of this whole journey at the beginning was the food. It really was. But I got through it, and now I just find delicious ways of doing it. And yeah. Well,
you got to show us what these recipes actually are you're doing. This sounds just too good to be true. I don't know how you're doing all these.
She's creative. I'm jealous. I think she needs to move to Fort Mac and feed me.
Just train her in your basement. That is awesome. So what's one of your delicious treats you do? Do you have a certain dessert you create? Give us an example of what foods you're making that sounds so delicious over here.
I have to change it up because you can get sick of food real easy. So I have a garden out back, so I use a lot of my ground veggies to make salads, and of course I love chicken. So just different ways of cooking the chicken. And honestly, Pinterest is my best friend. You can find so many delicious recipes off of there. So that's really helped me out a lot.
Now, what inspired you to actually make the decision to compete when you first started working with Rachel? Why did you pick up the phone or the email or whatever it was and call her or email her? Why did you decide to compete?
There was 2 other girls that were doing it. And I thought, can I do that? Am I on the right path to be able to do that? And it was Naomi and Shannon that really made me believe that I could do it. And they are the ones that referred me to Rachel. And she's been nothing but amazing. And I'm so glad, so happy that she is my coach. I couldn't have found a better one.
I love it. I love it. So, Rachel, I want to bounce it back to you for a moment here and take some more tips from the athlete side when you tell athletes. So when they're starting their first competition, and obviously you talked about mine and how making that decision just to dive in and go for their goal. As they're kind of going in that process, what are things when they're diving through the ups and downs of their process or their training or their nutrition areas? What do you suggest for athletes? Females, obviously, competing, to really stay on track and to keep focused in their journey?
I think the biggest thing is don't lose yourself in it. I mean, the workouts can be grueling, depending on your body type, the extra cardio, of course, the food is tough, but if you can't fit it into your life without creating extra chaos, then it's not for you. You have to have that work-life family balance, or else it's not as rewarding as it should be. It's got to go together. There's going to be up and down. There's going to be tears. I was telling Angela last night, I can remember being on the elliptical and crying for no reason, and I can't explain that, but you have to have the big picture. It can't affect your family life, and that's what, when I talk to athletes before I even take them on, that's my biggest thing. I don't believe in the craziness. It happens, but it's just a blip in the road. We got to get past that, and we got to move forward. It can't consume your whole life.
I love it. So when you train athletes, obviously Angela's one of your clients. Are you a big believer? Because you hear that these certain things out there for competitors. The no carb diet, or the high fat diet, or the high protein diet. So what do you suggest for those women out there looking to compete for the first time when they hear all these myths and suggestions from magazines or people? What do you tell them?
To forget about it all. And we got to find what works best for you. So, of course, I'm a big fan of the macros with working with Leo King. And I've done keto. I've done so many different ways that I believe there's a way to make them all work to benefit each person, especially females, because we all have I call them issues, but our roadblocks, and one diet might work for one person doesn't mean it's not going to work for the next person. So I believe it has to be customized, and weekly check-ins are so important, and especially online when we don't see each other, right? Everyone is different. So I use what I have done to my body to work with their body to make it work with all our crazy hormones and all that jazz.
I love it. The next I want to ask you as well, working with Angela and obviously other clients, but more with Angela right now, and I want to ask, kind of bounce it with you too, Angela, is how important is it not just to train your body physically and put your body through the training and the nutrition, all that good stuff, but how important also is that mindset in there, and to really incorporate the two things to have the complete package in your going to the stage for your first time?
Works hand in hand. If you don't have the mindset, I don't think you can physically do it. You have to have the mindset to be able to do it. And mentally, physically, emotionally, it's a package deal. It's got to be all there for you to succeed and be successful at what you're trying to accomplish.
When you're having that off day, Angela, what do you do to get yourself on? Like, for example, you get up in the morning, you got to do cardio, it's on your program or your workout, and you're like, oh man, not today. I'm not sure if I can get my butt cheeks to the gym. So what are you telling yourself, or how are you doing it to really get yourself in that gym and make sure you keep to your routine on track?
What my routine so far has done for my body, I keep thinking of that. What I've been doing has been working. So, and then I think of the finished product. Where do I need to be when I need to stand on stage in 2 months? My body has completely transformed since I've started working with Rachel in March. I'm down over 30 pounds. And I never thought that I could be where I am today. I honestly, I was skeptical. I didn't think it was possible. And then to see where I am today, I still get in tears over it, because it truly has changed my life.
Wow.
In really positive ways.
So, okay, now going into the stage in the next, was it 9 weeks or 10 weeks away? I'm trying to think right now.
10.
9.
No, oh dear.
I think we're coming up on 9. So 9 in a day.
Oh.
We'll just say it's 9.5, so we're in the middle.
Sounds good.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
So 9.5. So obviously, you've lost 30 pounds in the last like six months. That's incredible, by the way. Wow, incredible. So going.
And I'm only 5'0", so that's a lot of weight for how small I am.
Incredible. So okay, so now that Rachel's helped you lose, that body fat and really change your body and your whole everything around, like, what's, I guess, one thing you took out of that, besides, the body's physical transformation, what's one thing that you've noticed maybe on your self-image or how you feel mentally or emotionally? What's changed for you there? Because so many girls go through those emotional challenges, right? The body image stuff, all that kind of stuff. What have you found as a shift in that over time in the last 6 months?
My whole life, I've always had a positive outlook. I've always had self-confidence. a crazy amount of energy. And 6 months ago, I wasn't feeling any of that. I was losing myself. And today I have maybe too much energy. And my self-confidence is back, and I'm healthy mental wise, and I'm just all around feel amazing, and I feel really, really good.
I love it. Great coach, eh?
Amazing coach.
Perfect client makes it easy.
So do you have like a rule, if you don't listen to Rachel, she's going to give you some, I won't go there. This is not for the interview. That's the BUF technique. Yeah, definitely.
With texting and emails and Snapchat, she can't get away from me, so she has no choice but to behave.
Sometimes I feel like I bombard her.
Yeah, you get a Snapchat back. That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So Rachel, I want to kind of point the question back to you now. So obviously with 9.5 weeks to go for Angela to the stage, what are you really going to focus on her right now going to the stage to ensure she comes in for her first competition feeling, looking, and being her absolute best?
Absolutely. We're going to switch more into, we're going to set up weekly Skype calls come September so that we can nail that posing, and just continuing to lean her out. I mean, she looks amazing now. It's just taking it to that next level. I feel where she is now would be very easy for her to maintain, and looks amazing, but now we got to get to that stage ready. So it's just going to be, diet, staying on track, and hopefully we don't have to increase the cardio too much more. She might not like me, but if we got to do it, I know she will.
Oh, yes, I will.
So now, do you guys collaborate only on like Skype or like in person? What do you guys do to connect?
Everything as up to this point has been email or text or Snapchat. And now, once I'm back from holidays after next week, we'll start with Skype.
Okay, great. After this interview?
And just to say, me and Rachel have never met face-to-face yet.
Exactly. We talked for the first time face-to-face last night to make sure this worked.
Oh my goodness. Oh wow. So this is all a whole new experience for everybody, eh?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
But yeah, now Skype is going to become key because I want to make sure that all my girls are comfortable with posing, because I feel when you step on stage, you don't necessarily have to be the leanest or even the biggest. If you can rock that stage walk, they're going to notice you. That's what I've always said. So that's my key. You guys are going to go up there and you are going to hit those poses like nobody else.
I love it. Absolutely.
I'm so excited. I have goosebumps.
This is terrific. Well, you girls did your hair for this interview. Like, you look all great. Like, I'm over here. I did have my gel this morning still. It's like, my goodness gracious.
It's funny you said that, because Doug came home from work and he's like, wow, you need to do a Skype interview to do your hair? Yeah.
I look at you girls and I'm like, my goodness, where are you going tonight? You guys have a date with your husbands or what?
Maybe Angela, not me. Nope.
That's how we roll over here at INBF. It's like, you got to have fun. You got to be serious, learn, but also crack a couple of jokes, right? So you got to have some fun.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, girls, is there anything else you want to kind of share with everybody before we end our interview today? Anything you want to share as far as, tips or strategies that people out there are listening or watching this interview who are doing their first competition, maybe your second competition, for girls out there that need to know things to make sure they're doing it safely, effectively, or just words of inspiration and encouragement?
Go ahead, Angela.
I just want to tell any girl out there that might be uncomfortable with their body weight and never thought that walking the stage would be possible. Don't let follow your dreams. Your dreams can come true, and if you want it, you go and get it. And nothing in this world that you can't do. So pursue your dreams.
I have a question,
I'm 2
Angela.
months away.
Angela, do you have any kids or family, like any husband or any boyfriend?
Yes, I have a boyfriend and 2 children.
Wow, so you have to balance all that as well then. Okay, wow.
Plus, I'm an office manager for an oil field company. So I get up before everybody's up in the morning. I found that's what works best with me for my gym schedule. Get up, get it done, and that way I have the evening for my family, and I have the during the day for my work life. And I found it balances out very nicely. And it might be early mornings, but I get to sleep in on weekends, and it's worth it. It's really worth it.
Awesome. Any final words, Rachel?
You know what? If stepping on stage is something you've ever thought of, you don't wait any longer. There's no age limit to it. You just have to take that plunge and do it. I mean, and with the INBF, I can't imagine competing in any other federation because it's a family. And I'll say that to anyone. That's all I train athletes for is for the INBF, and it's all I promote. And I mean, drug-free, substance-free, all that stuff. I can't stress how important that is in the long run. The closer I get to 40, it becomes even more important. So just if you're passionate about fitness and it's something you've thought about doing, just do it.
Thanks, Rachel. Appreciate that. That was awesome. Well, girls, ladies, athletes, trainer, competitors, 9.5 weeks to go. It was a true pleasure talking to you ladies, having a good laugh and sharing some incredible insight with all the listeners and obviously viewers watching this when it goes on the YouTube here, guys. So girls, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Matt.
Thank you for having me, Matt.
True pleasure. So guys watching, go check these girls out. Go to BUFBodyUniqueFitness.com, right, Rachel?
BeUniqueFitness.com.
BeUniqueFitness.com, and go follow Angela on her journey on Facebook. Angela Colbert, correct?
Yes.
You got it. All right, ladies. Follow them, guys, and you guys have a great night, and thank you again for all your time, ladies. It was a true pleasure.
You too, Matt. Bye.